everyone, this is real estate coach Craig Proctor. How you doing today? Thank you for joining me. We're going to be talking about how to monetize social media. Like, how do I make money with this? I know it can be a huge time suck. People are always amazed at how much time they spend in front of their phone. But the crazy thing is people aren't answering the phone. So how do we get our message out there? Do you agree with me that it's getting more difficult and more difficult to get people to answer the phone, which has always been, our mindset in real estate has been generate leads and then chase them down on the phone. And, today you might reach, 10% of them. You call 100, you might reach 10. Maybe it's less than that. Let me know what you think. So we need to find better ways to reach prospects. And I think we'd all agree that prospects do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. Obviously, very difficult to do business with people you don't know, right? So a big part of my success has been creating an awareness and offering value. So we're going to talk today about how to actually make money using social media. And social media is media. It's social media. So I want you to think of social media just like you think of radio as media or TV or direct mail. Now, of course, we're going to use all of these things to get people to know you, like you, trust you, and most importantly, call you. Okay? If you agree with what I just said, that it's very difficult to get people to answer the phone, then our success is going to be our ability to get the buyers and sellers to know you, like you, make offers that are interesting to them, and getting them to call you. Let me repeat it. We got to get them to call you. So everything that I've designed for my coaching members is about that, creating this massive awareness, you talking about things that are really of interest to buyers and sellers, or they're not going to be watching you if you don't have something that's in it for them, and then making good offers, weaving good offers into these valuable conversations you're having with people. Kind of like what I'm going to do here today, right? I'm going to give you massive value, but I'm also going to make an offer. Some of you will really like what I'm saying, and some of you are brand new. You'll be watching me for the very first time. So I'm getting new people to know me. Hopefully I do a good job here, and you think, well, Craig is somebody that I can trust. He's got credibility. He knows what he's doing. See, I practice what I preach. Now, when you start doing Facebook Lives, and I'm going to show you how to do this properly and some of the mistakes I made. And by the way, if you haven't checked in, let us know what marketplace you're in. Do that right now. So let us know, what city you serve or what state you serve. We get a lot of referrals here, and we don't take any of the money. We just we have you on our list here when people need an agent in that marketplace. We will look you guys up. So make sure you drop your name, where you operate in. Remember, big battle in real estate is battling obscurity. You've got to let people know who you are. So don't be shy. Check in right now. Okay, so we're talking about how do I make money on social media. So right now, I'm live on Facebook. This is my business page. Now, when you start going live, one of the questions you're going to have is, well, what do I talk about? Well, wouldn't you agree that you know a lot more about the subject of selling real estate than your prospects? Think of all the questions that buyers and sellers ask you, right? How do I buy another home when I already have a home? How do I choose a real estate agent? How do I get the best financing? How do I pass a home inspection? What things do I need to know to prepare my home for sale, to sell it for the most amount of money? So I have a list of really great topics that we can share with you to get you started. Now, so one problem is, like, what do I say, right? I don't know what to say. The other problem is it might be a confidence thing where, you don't like the way you sound, or you don't like the way that you look on video. Very few people do. Right? I never watch my stuff because it's just weird listening to your voice. So that's totally normal. But think about this. When you show up at a listing appointment, it doesn't bother you then, right? You're not going to do it perfectly. In fact, it shouldn't be perfect. I'll probably stutter and stammer and make mistakes here today. But you would do that in a listing presentation. Like, you wouldn't get halfway through your listing presentation and say something not quite right and go, oh, hang on a second, I gotta go back to the front door and start over again. You wouldn't do that. You just carry on. So people want to get to know you, and that means you being real, right? They want to know your personality. They want to get a feel for you. The battle for who they're going to use as a real estate agent, that battle is not fought at the kitchen table anymore. That battle is being fought online. Wouldn't you folks agree that before you buy any big ticket item, probably before you do a lot of things, maybe even going to a new restaurant, you do a Google search, you do a search online. So your online presence, okay, is very, very important. When people Google you, what do they see? What we're trying to accomplish here is to get people to know us, like us, and understand what we do, what makes us different, and what makes us better. So if someone asked me, well, Craig, as a coach, what makes you different or better? I would say, well, I actually successfully sold real estate. Some of these coaches have never sold real estate, or they weren't successful. I was the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world. That's my track record as a real estate agent, but I have a dual track record as a real estate coach, creating more millionaire agents than any other coach or trainer or guru. So that's how you would weave in a little bit about you and your credentials. And you might be thinking, well, I don't have any credentials, but you do know a lot about real estate, right? You can talk, have meaningful conversations about important things that buyers and sellers really are interested in. So that's why they would watch you. Now, of course, you might think, well, how do I make money from this? If I'm just talking about, how to prepare your home for sale and how to get the best financing, like how do I monetize this? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to weave in offers, right? So you might say, and by the way, I can also get you access not only to the homes that are on the MLS that are available to the open public, but I can also get you access to unlisted and off-market properties as well. Right? You would say to the buyer, you probably feel like there's not a lot on the market, or it feels like what's on the market seems to be overpriced, or they seem to be picked over properties. Well, simply tell us what you're looking for, and we'll go into that neighborhood, and we'll find you homeowners that want to sell that haven't yet listed their home for sale. And you literally would be the only buyer that would know about these properties. It's a free service that we offer. Okay, so that would be just a quick little pitch that you could put into your Facebook Live where you're making an offer you're offering something that people really, really want, and they don't know how to get it without you. Okay, and that's what made me successful, is getting known, right? Making offers that people really, really want that they couldn't get anywhere else. And it's a big step for the prospect to call you. So that's why when they see you on video, and then you're going to be retargeting them, right? Like, so all of you, by virtue of the fact that you're watching this right now, you've been automatically pixeled by Facebook, right? So how many of you have watched my stuff before, and all of a sudden you start to see a whole bunch of Craig Proctor videos in your news feed, right? You start to see me online kind of following you around. Well, that's on purpose. And when you do your Facebook Live, don't be discouraged if not a lot of people are watching it. They won't. A lot of people won't watch it while it's live, but you're creating content. Now, if you do a really good video, because Facebook pixels everybody that visits your Facebook page, you can take that Facebook Live, like I could take this presentation that I'm doing here today for you, and if I think it's really good, I can push this out to hundreds of thousands of real estate agents that have visited my Facebook page. Okay, now I have to pay money, but it's not much. It's 1 or 2 pennies to reach each real estate agent that's watched my prior stuff. So that's how we do it. We create content. We go live. You don't have to go live. You could, record it and then upload the video. But I always go live with my content. And then if it's a really good one, I say to my assistant, I say, okay, that was a good one. Let's push that out to 200,000 agents that are pixeled. Now, how does that apply to you as a real estate agent? You might say, okay, well, that's good for you, Craig. You got 200,000 agents, but I don't have 200,000 buyers and sellers. Here's what you're going to do. First of all, you're going to build your Facebook audience slowly. You build slowly, right? But you might think, well, I don't have time for that. Right. So here's what you can also do. What you can do in Facebook is, do you know that you could upload all your contacts in your database? You could upload your sphere of influence, all your past clients. You could upload homeowners in a certain street or neighborhood. You can create a custom audience. So you can record some really valuable content, right? You don't, if it's not a great one, you don't push it out. You don't pay the ad spend to push it out. But if you do a really good one, you're like, okay, that was really good. Then you can push it out to your custom audience, right? So you could upload all the for sale by owners in your area or all the expired listings, right? Well, this is what we teach you to do. So there's a strategy here. So you're not just, on social media, blah, 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 here I am, which a lot of agents do, right? And I'm not going to say that that doesn't work for them, but we don't know if it works because people aren't directly calling them off of their stuff, right? Off of their content. Where I get that. So I'm going to make you an offer today, and I'm going to know how many people accepted my offer. I would be able to know how effective the training was here today. Now, again, if you thought I was a jerk or I offered you no value at all, you wouldn't be watching this right now, right? The reason you're watching this is because what I'm saying makes sense. You're like, okay, here's somebody that sounds like they actually know what they're doing and they're helping me, and it makes sense, right? Then I'm going to make an offer. I'm going to say, like, if you're interested in this, you want to learn more about it, here's what to do. Well, that's exactly what you do. So you're going to educate them on all these topics that they're really interested in, which we can help you. We can show you which topics are of most interest to buyers and sellers, but you're a real estate agent, so you know what questions they ask you. You're going to go to live on Facebook. You're going to start recording these. If it's not great, you can delete it. If it's a good one, we teach you how to create a custom audience. Okay, remember, every one of you right now, you didn't have to do anything. You're already pixeled on my Facebook page by virtue of you watching it right now. I don't know your email address. I don't know your phone number. I don't know your name, but Facebook knows who you are. So today, I could push out any of my content to all of you that are watching it. And many of you have experienced that. You're like, I didn't know who Craig Proctor was 3 months ago, and now I get his stuff over and over again, right? So if you're interested, you watch it. And if you watch it, then I know you've watched it, and I can pixel anybody that's watched a certain amount of my video. They've watched half my video, or they've watched all my video, or even 3 seconds of my video. So you want to get coached up on the new media, right? Like, we're not advertising in the newspaper anymore. And even some of you would think, well, like, direct mail is old fashioned. No, direct mail still works. Radio works. TV works. But only those media only work if you've got a really, really great offer. So what would be some examples of great offers? Unlisted and off-market properties. Now, I know some of you are like, well, we're not allowed to do that. You're hiding a listing. No, not at all. Not the way we're doing it. There is no listing. We simply say to the buyer, hey, we can send you the homes that are on the MLS, but be honest, they can find those themselves on the internet, right? And we can get you access to unlisted and off-market homes, distress sales, bank foreclosures, and company-owned properties. Now, you might not know how to do that, but you've got to admit it's a good idea if you could do that. And we're not talking about you, making things up or lying to people. We're talking about really being able to deliver on that promise. How about this? I became famous for the guaranteed sale program, right? If you moved up and you bought any one of my listings, I'll buy your home for cash. Now, again, you're going to have a reaction of like, I could never do that, or how would that work, or wouldn't you get stuck with a whole bunch of houses? These are all really good offers, and this is what I coach agents to do to make millions of dollars a year. You know, or you probably know, that I coach more millionaire real estate agents. I've created more millionaire real estate agents than any other coach or trainer or guru. They didn't come to me making millions of dollars. Most of them came to me not doing that well at all, but I create millionaires with these strategies. So I want you to think about getting started with this. Okay, you're going to get better and better. You will find your voice with this. You know, I look back at some of the Facebook Lives that I did like from a couple of years ago. Remember, like 3 years ago, I don't even think I had a Facebook page. And I look back at them and I'm like, wow, I've come a long way. You might look at me now and say, well, you're still not that good. But believe me, I've come a long way, because it's kind of weird, like talking into a camera. But you'll get better and better and better at it. And as long as you focus on just helping people and being helpful, the easiest way to prove to a prospect that you can actually help them is just start helping them. Just like hopefully you feel I'm helping you right now. Now, when this Facebook Live is done, when my presentation here is done today, my assistant will take this video, because we're on my business page, and they will edit it and slice it and dice it, and they'll repurpose this, okay? This training will go on to my YouTube channel. If you're not following me on YouTube, make sure you do that. Make sure you're following this page as well. And by the way, if this is making sense, please smash the like button, okay? Please smash the like button, the blue thumbs up like button, if you find this extremely helpful here today, or maybe give me a little heart, because I love to have your feedback. And the other thing that happens is whenever you engage with my presentation here today, that tells the Facebook algorithm, oh, people like this, people are engaging, and organically, Facebook will show this presentation to more real estate agents. I'm not paying anything for this right now. Okay, this cost me $0, and it costs you $0 as well. But if I want to take this presentation and push it out to thousands or hundreds of thousands of real estate agents, I'd have to pay for that. But it's very inexpensive, about a penny or two, to deliver this presentation to each real estate agent that has been pixeled, right? That's watched my stuff before, so I can get in front of them over and over again. And then if they watch it again, well, that tells me, okay, that's somebody that's really interested, and we can keep delivering good information to them. Now, again, if you like this, let me know. And if you haven't checked in already, let me know what city and state that you operate in, because we do get a lot of referrals here. I'm also going to give you guys an invitation to my private Facebook group. So this is my public business page, but I have a private group where you can get behind the curtain, and you could actually speak to Craig Proctor members. There's no charge or obligation or anything like that. I have about 8,000 top real estate agents in my private group. And if you're a little bit skeptical about this, or you'd like to talk to really thousands of agents that have been coached by me and are using my approach, just let me know that you'd like an invitation. Type into the comments below, private group. Okay, just private group. If you do that now, I'll have someone in my team send you an invitation so you can start to speak with, or at least hear from, be exposed to agents making millions of dollars using the Craig Proctor approach. Now, I said a little earlier, people aren't answering the phone. But we're in their phone, right? Some of you are watching this on your phone right now, but if I was to call you, you wouldn't answer the phone. That's the crazy thing, right? We are real estate agents, and we don't even want to answer the phone. So that's been a huge behavioral change. Would you guys agree, if you've been selling real estate for a long time? That's been a huge behavioral change. I remember when I was growing up, in our household, there'd be a phone that would be on the wall with a big long cord, and us kids we'd push each other out of the way to answer the phone. Or my parents would, get up from the dinner table to answer the phone. Think of how much that's changed, right? When voicemail or answering machines came along, that was because nobody wanted to miss a call. Now, nobody answers the phone, right? For example, my son has his phone set up that if you're not in his contacts and you call him, but you're not in his contacts on his phone, it doesn't even ring. You can call him all you want. So if you're buying leads from Zillow or Realtor, or you're just making all these outbound calls, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This has dramatically changed the behavior of the prospect. And that's why it's so important that you get coached up, either by me or somebody else that knows what they're doing. You get coached up on, how can I reach the buyers and sellers? If they won't answer the phone, how do I get inside their phone? Because we know they're on Facebook. We know they're on YouTube. We know they're on Instagram. And when you have these videos created, remember, This presentation I'm giving you is going to be on YouTube. I can just take that YouTube link of this presentation and I could email that out to thousands of real estate agents, and you could email it out to your entire database, right? So even if they're not on Facebook, you could email them, maybe even text them your presentation. The other thing I said earlier, I hope you caught this, is the way it used to work is a homeowner would think, okay, who am I going to use for a real estate agent? And they might interview 2 or 3 real estate agents, and you go over to their house and agent number 1 and agent number 2 and agent number 3, and you tell them what you did. That's another behavioral change. Sellers, especially younger sellers, are really not into meeting with a real estate agent just to find out what you do. They're making that decision on which agent they're going to hire based on your online presence. Okay? Just like when you're shopping for a car, most of you would do so much research that how many of you, by the time you get to the car dealership, you know more about that particular car, that model, than the salesperson does, right? We do lots of research. So we need to win the presentation online. The battle for who's going to list the house is no longer done at the kitchen table. That battle where you're telling them who you are and what you do and what sets you apart, that needs to be done online. And this is how we do it, right? This is how I've done it. Since the pandemic, I have probably 300,000 agents that are pixeled here that have been watching our stuff. We used to do live seminars all over the place. Now, people don't have to show up at a seminar to learn my strategies. We can do this through video, but so can you, right? Imagine if you created a video talking about exactly what you would say at a listing presentation, right? If you were in front of a real seller at their kitchen table, what would you say about you? What sets you apart? Why should a home seller list with you? Why should they choose you versus all the other agents? And then what are your buyer benefits? Now, this is where I can really help you by giving you huge benefits. Remember what we said earlier? Imagine saying to buyers, oh yeah, we can get you access to all the homes on the internet that are available to the open public, but we can also get you access to unlisted and off-market properties, distress sales, bank foreclosures. These are properties that are not listed for sale. They're not on the internet. They're not available to the open public. It's a free service. You're never obligated to do anything with that industry. If you say that, 100% of them will say yes. Maybe that's maybe not 100%, but you know what I'm saying? It's a really good offer. 98.5%. It will say, yes, I'm interested in that. Imagine if you could say to a seller, hey, if your house doesn't sell, I'll buy it. I'll give you an upfront guarantee in writing. Now, there are conditions with that, right? We're not buying it for over market value. We're not even buying it at market value. We're giving them a guarantee at 95% of what we believe the house is really worth. And then we get it on the market. And of course, the house sells on the open market for more than our guarantee. Again, almost 100% of the time, right? In 30 years, I bought 2 houses, but I made millions and millions of dollars by offering home buyers and sellers these types of guarantees, these types of offers. This is what's necessary today, okay? First of all, you got to get your word out there. You got to get your name out there. People need to know who you are, what makes you different, what makes you better, what are you all about? Creating an awareness. But you might say, well, gee, Craig, there's lots of agents that create an awareness. They're on social media. They got billboards and stuff all over town. That's because they're not making a great offer. It's true that people could know who you are and still not do business with you. In fact, probably everyone watching this right now, you can think of someone that you knew quite well, a friend or a relative or somebody that you knew quite well who listed or bought a home through another real estate agent. So there's your proof right there. People can know who you are. You could create this awareness and they still might not do business with you. That's why your marketing has to do more than simply creating an awareness. You have to not only tell your public, your marketplace, who you are, but attached to your identity are these huge benefits of what makes you different and what makes you better. I would have the mindset of you need to basically be thinking, how can I be in a completely different business than all of the other real estate agents I compete with? So when I started offering the guaranteed sale program 25 years ago, your home sold, guaranteed, or I'll buy it, or move up to any one of my listings and I'll buy your home for cash. All the other agents freaked out. They didn't know how I was doing it. Remember, I became the number one RE/MAX agent in the entire world, not the country, the entire world for commissions earned. That's impressive. But here's the real impressive point. I did it in 36 months of having my license. That's right. I was a brand new agent. Within 36 months of getting my real estate license, I became the number one RE/MAX agent in the world. Was I the most experienced agent? No. Was I in some marketplace selling $1 million homes? No. When I started in real estate, I think the average price in our marketplace was 180, 200,000. I was selling 500 to 600 homes a year. I developed a team, right? I pioneered the team concept. I brought in DISC personality testing so we could figure out who are the best people to hire on your team. I made the guaranteed sale program very popular. In fact, almost every top real estate agent in any city across the states, they're using this. They're using Craig Proctor systems. I've had over 30,000 agents through my training over the last 25 years. Now, here's what's in it for you. If you would like to get more information on this, you can book a call with me. It's free. It's not like a sales pitch or anything like that. We would actually talk to you about where you are and what your goal is for your business. If someone could type into the comments, Proctor Call, I think it's on proctorcall.com. Yes, you can join a call with us. You're going to go to my Acuity Daytimer when you go to proctorcall.com. It's all one word, no space, proctorcall.com. You'll go to my Acuity Daytimer. I want you to pick a day and a time that works for you, and we would have a conversation about what you're doing, what's working, what's not working, and we would talk to you about some new approaches, okay? We would ask you questions about what you're doing and why you're doing it that way, and then we would share with you some other ideas, some things that perhaps you've never heard of before, maybe things that you don't understand, but we'd show you what the Craig Proctor system is all about. We would show you what the top agents in the country are doing. Some of them, my students, as you know, are making over $1 million a month. Not a year, $1 million a month. Now, those are the exceptions, obviously, but I have hundreds and hundreds that are making over $1 million a year. In fact, for the last 2 days, I have been on the phone with these millionaire agents because I've got a big conference coming up in about a month in Orlando, Florida. By the way, if you want to come to my conference, go to craigproctor.com. It's a 3-day conference in Orlando, Florida. It's October 20th to the 22nd. 3 days with me and my millionaire agents. Again, go to craigproctor.com. You can get information on that. But the reason I'm calling these top agents is the theme of this conference I'm doing in Orlando is all about what is working best to get closings, to get actual closings. I find a lot of real estate agents are caught up in, oh, well, this gets me leads, or I actually get appointments from this. But what we want to focus on is what actually gets closings. We become so busy often doing stuff, busy being busy. It gives us the illusion of we're actually doing something productive. But what we want to look at is where are the closings coming from? So if you get a lot of closings from referrals, what are you specifically doing to get referrals? For most agents, they're like, well, I don't know, I do a good job. Well, hang on a minute. You do a good job for all your clients. They don't all send you referrals. So why do some of them send you referrals and why don't the others when you do a good job for everybody? So it can't just be because you do a good job. We show you how to optimize this. We show you, well, what do I offer somebody? What is my referral offer, right? How do people know to send me referrals? Do I just say, hey, do you know anybody? Do you know anybody? Seems kind of self-serving, right? Or the biggest compliment you can give me is to send me a referral, as if your past clients are running around town thinking all day long about how you can compliment them, how to give. No, that is just like old school. It's got to be better than that. So we teach you a referral system that actually works, including a newsletter and how to program the buyers and sellers when they love you the most, okay? So the second they list the house with you or the second they sign the buyer agreement, we want them all to sign buyer agreements before we run them all over the place. We program them for referrals because think of what happens. Once somebody signs a listing agreement, a lot of us don't talk about referrals. We just like get the listing sign and we run out the door. And what happens, as soon as you leave, your sellers, okay, you just listed their house, they get on the phone and they talk to their family. Hey, man, we just listed our house. And the next day they go to work and they talk about their moving plans. And when they get home, the for sale signs being hammered into the front lawn, and they're talking to their neighbors about their moving plans. You want to plug yourself into those natural conversations that your buyers and sellers, your clients, are going to have anyway. But there is a best way to do this. So you don't feel like it doesn't feel self-serving. You don't feel kind of bad about it. We show you how to do this in effective ways. Do you agree there's probably a best practice? There's a best way to do all of this. There's a best way to generate the leads. There's a best way to convert the leads. There's best practices with your listing presentation, your buyer presentation. The systems in your business could be improved. There's a best way if you want to grow your team. Once you have an overflow business, you want to grow your team, right? So how do I recruit, hire, train, manage? How do I get really great people? How do I keep great people? How do I coach them and train them? Because the more money they make, the more money you make. That's truly leverage, right? As many of you know, I got my business working so well. I was selling about 500 homes a year, and I moved to Florida. And I lived in Florida for 3 full years while my business back home up north continued to work. So, I would be on the phone with them and stuff like that, but it worked without me. I'm in a totally different location, thousands of miles away, and my business still worked. And it worked very well, selling 500 to 600 homes every single year. This happened for 3 years, and I was nowhere near the city. Now, you got to ask yourself, did you get something out of this here today? If you're thinking, well, the market's bad, interest rates are high, I'm not going to be able to do very well. If you're giving yourself excuses, or Craig, this all sounds good, but I've got this paradigm about I don't think I could do this, or I don't think I could do that. My advice to you is keep an open mind. Everything that you want to do in real estate is already been done before you. It's being done right now. Sure, you could try to figure it out yourself, or you could hire one of these pretend coaches that never made millions of dollars a year. They're telling you what they think, or you can learn from one of the top real estate agents in the country as to how all of this should be done. Okay, we lay it all out for you. All you have to do is say maybe. Book yourself a call. Go to proctorcall.com. There should be a link here below, and it'll take about a half an hour. Of course, if you don't like it, you just hang up, right? But you're going to like it. It's not a big sales pitch. We just walk you through, here's how this could work for you. We'll give you some ideas. At the end of it, you could say, it's not for me. You're still going to walk away with good ideas. But what if this is real? What if you jump on a call with us and you go, wow, I'm really good with what I know, but there's a whole bunch of things I didn't know. You see, that's the opportunity. Most of us think the opportunity is, well, I need to just get better at what I do. I need to get better at what I already know. Understand that getting better at what you already know will get you incremental gains. What's really going to give you big gains is learning what you don't know how to do. And that's what we're here for. Okay? Been doing this for a long, long time. Be happy to share with you our advice on what you should be doing to get to the next level and reach your goals. Let me know if you found this extremely helpful today. If you did, remember, hit the like button, okay? Smash the like button. Or maybe in the comments, let us know your thoughts on this. What did you learn here today? What did you like? Maybe what did you not like as well? And if you thought this was extremely helpful, you also are encouraged to share this presentation with other real estate agents, maybe even your broker as well. But this was a presentation, right? I didn't have to show up at your house or show up at your office. I didn't have to cold call you. So would you agree that today on our presentation, I prove that I'm actually doing everything that I'm suggesting you do, right? This presentation cost me $0 to do on Facebook. Okay, some of you have been watching this now for a half an hour or more. Okay, I got you to engage, right? I got you to like my page or type in where your city is or some comments. And that means that Facebook now says, holy cow, this guy got engagement. This must be a pretty good video. Facebook for $0 will share this presentation with more real estate agents. And then tomorrow, I could say to my assistant, okay, I want you to take this presentation and I want you to push this out as an ad. So this was live right now, but I want you to push it out to 300,000 agents or 200,000 agents, whatever we have pixeled. These are all agents that have watched my prior stuff. They visited my Facebook page. And on top of that, I can create a custom list. I could upload into Facebook any real estate agent that I wanted to. And if they have a Facebook account, Facebook is going to find them because I've got their email address, I've got their cell number, I know where they live. You want to get coached up on smart modern marketing. Okay. If you're door knocking, cold calling, if you're working hard and you're frustrated because people aren't answering the phone and you want a fresh approach, you're in the right place here. I want to thank all of you so much for watching this. Again, I'm real estate coach Craig Proctor. It's been my pleasure here today to be with you and share these strategies. Remember to book your call. Go to proctorcall.com. Book your call with me, and hopefully we'll see you on the other side. So thank you again so much for watching this, and we'll see you again next time. Take care. Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's going to let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.